Right, this is the beginning of Thursday night, the 12th of March 2026. Just the Zwift Games race that I'm doing with one of the lads from the GCN team, Brian, who I've just passed there. A bit of a muck up at the beginning because I was too busy trying to record it rather than looking on what I was doing. And we've already been dropped by the front group. So this is just to highlight how you can almost chase on but not quite catch the group. It is in the range 270 to 390, which is a definite Cat C. And like I said, they've gone because we were chatting on the phone and I did my glasses on and pressed the wrong button on my MacBook to record it. It's led to having to do a bit of a chase. You can see by the mini map in the top corner there that the front group has gone on a little orange arrow, and I'm trying to go as quick as I can to catch them. It's a bit of an ask for this group because I'd normally be finishing sort of like mid-pack. I think my racing score is something like two something. That can't be. Yeah, 2 seconds. My racing score is 293. Well, it was after this, and I didn't move on this one, so I'm chasing on. I'm just trying to catch these two ahead of us. Can see on the left hand side I'm average 3.2 watts per kilo, which is very high, but I'm figuring if I go for it, at least I can catch back into the front group and sit on. Brian didn't get the memo. I think he thinks I'm behind him, so he's slowing, waiting for me, and I'm zipping on, trying to catch on, but I'm trying to use other riders, which is the beauty of Zwift. Although it's not riding outdoors, you can still imagine that you are, and drafting and stuff like that. So the group ahead is, I think, a 2 or 3 rider group, and then the little flashing lights ahead is the other group. 7 seconds ahead they are, and the other group that I'm jumping to now is 2 to 3 seconds ahead. So I'm going to give it everything I've got. Heart rate is at 145, which is at the top end of my heart rate, so I am feeling it, and I'm beginning to question whether I can get across. So I'll sit with these 3 for a bit, I think, as long as I can. And that the group ahead now being 8 seconds ahead. So this lad here, Athenius, I think his name is, or something like that. I probably mispronounced it. He's got quite good power, so 3.6 watts per kilo. So I've popped me feather just to give us that a little extra run to get on the back of him and close the front group down, because we are 3-4 minutes in and I'm well above me, close to my maximum heart rate. So we've got one shot to get to that group that's moving off ahead of us, although we are bringing it back because now it's only 6 seconds. So under the bridge, so this is the Retyre'd kind of section. It's cobbled as well, so it's slowing people down. So I've got another 2 lads on the back of us now, and they look to be pulling some good watts as well. So I'll sit in a bit and take a deep breath and try and get my heart rate down. I don't think that happens. So they're pulling along quite nicely. You can see by the group ahead, if you look down the right hand side, the seconds is the sort of distance between the groups that runs alongside the names. So there is one lad ahead of me and he looks like he's pushing on, so I'm just trying to get in his draft. See the draft marker at the top, the blue line. Once that's across all the way, you're getting a bit more draft. So 4 seconds off the front group now, or the back of the front group at least. Got a bit of a climb, very slight uphill, so this is the place to go. I'm at 150 beats per minute on my heart rate, pushing out some big watts, 3 watts per kilo up here. This is going to be the catch. The only catch is that my heart rate is now as much as I can go, and I'm standing up and giving it the last little bit of it to ring it out myself to get there. And as you can see, that Athenius, he gets across and gets on. and I massively blow up around about now. Then you can see the front group there, 2 seconds. I think I slow a little bit, expecting the lad behind me to come through and do a bit, because he'd be in the same position as me. Once you're on the back of that group, there's a big drafting effect, and that'll drag you to the big climb that's about halfway through. Yeah, so the gap's going now 3-4 seconds. And I think I was on a telephone call as well to Brian, and I've said that is it for me, I can't do it. And then as soon as you knock it off, I'm gone down to like 2 watts per kilo there. You can see that gap's now 6 seconds ahead. They're just flying away. Soon goes again. 7 seconds, and they are gone. That's going to be, it's not unbridgeable, but it is unbridgeable at this sort of time. 6 minutes in, 2.9 watts per kilo average for the first 6 minutes, so that is quite high for me. Heart rate's just coming down. 140 is normally high for me, so like anything over 150 is as much as I've got. So that's when this just becomes a bit of a training ride, just having a spin out, which is better than anything else. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward now to the big climb at the end, see where we are in that. So I'm 82nd at the moment. I think there's a few people drop off the groups, and by the time I get to the climb, I'm a little bit higher up than that. So we shall see. So this is the big climb, the first big one, and I'm in 81st position, or 80th, with a lad in front of me. I'm joined by a few more. I think if I can come out of the climb somewhere near 80th, that's what my thought is. I'll try and draft as many as I can on the way up, and then the descent on the other side, and see where we get to at the bottom of there. I'm not catching the first group, so it's just about sitting in and getting the legs spinning as best you can. So on this climb you can draft a little bit on the yellow sections, and I think on the orange sections as well. So as long as there's people ahead of me, there's people obviously dropping off the front group and they've been out of the comfort zone. So on the climb they're coming backwards quickly, so you can make up quite a few places. He says doing it. I'm 81st when I started, and I'm still in 81st now. I think with this climb, the best thing to do is, as long as you can keep a group ahead of yourself and get over the line at the top near a group, then you can jump on the back of them. To get down, you can make up quite a few places. See, now I'm starting to come through some people who've obviously gone far too hard and are coming backwards quickly. So I'm just trying to sit about 3 watts per kilo. If I can go all average 3 watts per kilo all the way up, I'll be well happy. This is the top, so I've made a few places up. I almost came to a complete stop there because I think I probably put too much of an effort in. And now we're doing the descent. Again, if you can kick off the corners, you can get into the super tuck, which saves you a lot of energy, and you catch people who are ahead of you. So I'll catch this sim strip, I think, on the way down. I don't think we're going to make the 17 seconds to the lad ahead of us, but yeah, it's all good practice. Must have gone past sim strip there, and then we just come to the bottom now, and it is levelling off, and then there's 2 riders 10 seconds ahead of us. Gorland and K somebody or other, so we're on after them now. And then I'm just going to fast forward it now because I don't think much happens. There's like the aqueduct climb, but again there's nothing happening. I'll just do the final climb, so I'll catch you at the final climb. So this is the run into the final climb. Jumped quite far ahead, and I'm sitting. I must have dropped a few places. There's a group formed, and 82nd is the back of the group, or 83rd probably. And then it's just going to be seeing how many places we can make up on the climb. Everybody will be about the same kind of level, hence we're all in a group at the end, down in the 80s and not up at the top. But still, I'm happy with the ride out. It was like a good training ride. Had a bit of a cold, so it's sweating out of us. And it's just practice on these, because every time you do it, it's a little bit harder, and you gain a little bit more sort of mental fortitude. You can get around the corners a bit better. You can ride the orange sections harder. I think I'm still in the big ring. I'm trying to do the whole thing in the big ring. Sometimes I go down. Oh, there you go. I've put it into the small ring. It's just a little bit easier on my legs. Wattage and power, the power stays the same, but I think you've just got that little bit extra kick, because I know that in 10th and 11th where I am with it. I tend to do most of my climbing in that, and as you can see, we're 69th position at the moment. I think that must go down quite a bit, I think, but we'll see where we get to. And I've sat in all the way. I was on the back of the group from the last time when I left you, and I've just sat in and saved myself for this bit. You know, what always happens here is I see the castle and think I'm at the top, and then when I get here, even though I know it's not right, I fall apart around this corner. So I'm just trying to sit on these two and then get to this corner and give it whatever I've got, but not let Rich Foss behind me catch us, and he didn't. So 72nd, I'm happy with that considering how the start went. 2.4 watts per kilo. Bit of a training ride, but enjoyed it. Just a bit of a shorter video. Watch, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye now.